Hey, what's up, everybody? Gonna do a complimentary quad reaction, man. This is the Kinks. The Kinks, great British band, one of the bands from the British invasion era, and also navigating very, very successfully post-British invasion. So the Kinks is a band that I don't know too much about, especially in the lineup of the British invasion bands. I did do a feature of the Kinks at one point, a double feature, two videos covering the Kinks and their rise in the British invasion and how they were in a way cheated and kind of shortchanged from reaching as high as they could have gone. So that's really what I know about the Kinks in a way. And of course, their notable hit, You Really Got Me. Of course, they've got more, but hey, that's why we've got this squad, so I can actually explore more of the great writings of Ray Davies. Or is it Dave Davies? The older brother. I think it's Ray Davies. So yeah, looking forward to getting a little bit more familiar with them, man. So the songs I'm going to be reacting to, starting off with Catch Me Now, I'm Falling, followed by Come Dancing, followed by Father Christmas, and finally Celluloid Heroes. So I just want to give a shout out and a thanks very much to Joseph Wilger. Joseph, thank you very much for the recommendation. Thank you very much also for providing links. The Kinks, it's a band definitely that I have to do more of and explore more of their great songwriting and their talents as musicians and all of those things. I've heard nothing but good things about them, but I've had little opportunity to actually do any reaction. So looking forward to this, man. So let us start with our first track, Catch Me Now, I'm Falling. All right, the Kinks, Catch Me Now, I'm Falling. Let's get it. Video. We're gonna get the lyrics too, I think so.
I remember when you were down and you needed a helping hand. I came to feed you, but now that I need you, you won't give me a second glance. Now I'm calling on citizens from all over the world. This is Captain America calling. I bailed you out when you were down on your knees, so will you catch me now? I'm falling.
Come
beside the heads of all of the so-called allies of America who are not around when they're in their hour of need. Is that what you're doing? Or are they saying to America that you allowed yourself to get into this situation? Thinking of jumping jack flash. Catch me now, I'm fallen. What a song. Are they addressing America for allowing themselves to get into a state of desperation? Hey, you were complacent, you dropped the ball, you took your eyes off of the prize, now you're in a sad state, shame on you, that sort of thing? Or is it more towards their America's allies? Hey, America's there to help you out when you're down, and now that they are falling a little bit and they need your help, you're nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found. Your secretary says that you're out of town. Yo, man, that is really some stellar, strong. And at the time that this came out, I'm guessing it was in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, probably the 70s. That's really a time when there was a lot of tumultuous things going on. A song like this, I wonder how it was received. Did it anger anyone? Things like that. All right, man. Well, let's find out. Let's get a little background info on this tune. Good tune, good jam. It's got that dun 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 kind of jive to it. I was thinking of Jumpin' Jack Flash for a minute there, but in its own right, it's got a lot of really good, a good jam on its own without that little bit there that I recognized coming from Jumpin' Jack Flash. It's a good upbeat tune, but it's definitely carrying a very, very serious message there, man. Captain America reference. All right, man. Hey, let's do a little background. Just going to the Wikipedia page here, man. There we are. Catch Me Now I'm Falling. Catch Me Now I'm Falling is a song written by Ray Davies and first released by the Kinks as the second track on their 1979 album Low Budget. Yeah, 70s. Written as a criticism of America's allies, the song depicts the fall of Captain America as a symbol of the U.S. dire circumstances at the time. The song features multiple solos on different instruments, as well as a riff similar to Jumping Jack Flash. Yeah, the sexy sax was in there even. The song saw a single release in the US and in the Netherlands. In the US, it had Low Budget on the B-side, while in the Netherlands the B-side was In a Space. The song has since made appearances on compilations and live albums. Let's read the background. Like many of the other tracks on Low Budget, Catch Me Now I'm Falling addresses then current events. In this case, the song shows lead singer Ray Davies portraying America in its time of need, with the lyrics criticizing both the US and its allies that refuse to help it. What's the criticism of the US? Is it that, yeah, you allowed yourself to get into a state like this? Probably something like that. Author Nick Hasted describes it as sounding as if it could be a distress call from the last embattled radio station in an occupied land. Hasted also notes that it invoked memories of the US's aid to Europe via the Marshall Plan to criticize countries that were not helping the country in its time of need. Okay. While another song on Low Budget invokes DC Comics hero Superman, Catch Me Now I'm Falling calls to Marvel Comics hero Captain America. Hasted praises Catch Me Now I'm Falling for perfectly summing up the mood in the US at the time with a brilliant broad stroke. Author Bob Cianci described it as an FM radio hit. But music critic Robert Christgau criticizes the song for lacking irony. Rolling Stone album guide critic Rob Sheffield calls it an embarrassing novelty. Okay. Why? Why do you call it that? Elaborate, brother. Don't just drop it and then leave. Whatever. Music producer Clive Davis described the song as tapping the melee at the tail end of the decade. The melee at the tail end of the decade. Music critic Johnny Rogan described the song as being perfect for live stadium shows. Billboard magazine described the song as sweeping and destined to become a favorite with fans, and rated it one of the top tracks from Low Budget. Okay, alright, so that is Wikipedia song fact info on this song. I might have missed it, so straighten me out if I did. The criticism of the US, as it mentioned here, is it criticizing that they were lacking judgment, they dropped the ball, they were negligent? What is the criticism of the US? Just, I guess, getting themselves into such a low point in their state of affairs, perhaps. But specifically, because it's either I didn't listen closely enough to the song, or I'm just not seeing it here in print. But let me know, answer that for me, will you? I'm just kind of taking shots here. Alright, so, good song though, I like it. Come Dancing is our next track, man. So, I remember that tune, Come Dancing. I vaguely remember the video. I know that there was a really, really popular video along with it. So, it's taking me back to when I was a kid. Alright, the Kinks, Come Dancing. Let's get it. Oh, and there's the video.
They put a parking lot on a piece of land where the supermarket used to stand. Before that they put up a bowling alley on the site that used to be the local pally. That's where the big band used to come and play. My sister went there on a Saturday. Come dancing, all her boyfriends used to come and call. Why not come dancing? It's only natural. Another Saturday, another date. She would be ready, but she'd always make him wait in the hallway in anticipation. He didn't know the night would end up in frustration. He'd end up blowing all his wages for the week, or for a cuddle and a peck on the cheek. Come dancing, that's how they did it when I was just a kid. And when they said come dancing, my sister always did. Sister should have come in at midnight, and my mom would always sit up and wait. It always ended up in a big row when my sister used to get home late. Out of my window I could see them in the moonlight, two silhouettes saying goodnight by the garden gate. The day they knocked down the pally, my sister stood and cried. The day they knocked down the party, while my childhood died, just died. There's a car park where the pally used to stand. My sister's married and she lives on an estate. Her daughters go out, now it's her turn to wait. She knows they get away with things she never could, but if I asked her, I wonder if she would. Come dancing, come on sister, have yourself a ball. Don't be afraid to come dancing, it's only natural. The big band used to play.
Excellent. Excellent, man. Wow. That takes me way the hell back. I remember this video. Back in the days when music was good, had that feel-good feel to it, it made sense, it wasn't stupid, it wasn't corny as hell, and the videos that accompanied them was very, very entertaining as well. Yeah, man, the MTV generation, the movement, was all good. I digged it, man. We had it good back then, let me tell you. Yeah, the Kinks, Come Dancing. Yeah, man, jeez. I haven't heard this since I was a kid, man. Damn. Great song, though. Great song. I'm just thinking about all of the... I would stay up late sometimes to catch... well, on the West Coast, it was called Friday Night Videos. There's MTV Friday Night Videos, Pop-Up Video. There's a whole bunch of them, man. Anyway, so I'd watch them all. Let's do a little read, man. A little background on the structure of the song. Every single song has a story, man. And let's see what we can learn about Come Dancing. Besides that, I already know it's a great song and it's got a great video. Come Dancing. Come Dancing is a 1982 song written by Ray Davies and performed by British rock group The Kinks on their 1983 album State of Confusion. The song was inspired by Davies' memories of his older sister Renee, who died of a heart attack while dancing at a dance hall. Oh my. The lyrics, sung from the perspective of an East End barrow boy, are about the boy's sister going on dates at a local palais dance hall. Man, he lost his sister. When first released as a single in the UK in November of '82, Come Dancing failed to chart, although Arista Records found Clive Davis had reservations about releasing the single in the US due to the English subject matter of dance halls. The track saw an American single release in April of '83. Come Dancing reached number 6 on the Hot 100, becoming the band's highest US charting single in over a decade, and tying with Tired of Waiting for You as the band's highest charting single ever. This success was achieved largely with the help of a promotional music video directed by Julian Temple that saw frequent airing on MTV. As a result of its American success, the single was re-released in Britain. Unlike its first release, the single became a top 20 British hit, reaching number 12. Excellent. Power of video, baby. In addition to its presence on State of Confusion, Come Dancing has appeared on numerous compilation albums since its release. It spawned a successful follow-up single, Don't Forget to Dance, which became a top 40 hit in the US. Come Dancing, a musical written by Ray Davies, premiered in 2008, was named after the song. Wow. That just changes the chemistry of everything. His sister passed away. This was, and she had suffered a heart attack. Damn, man. Okay, critical reception. Come Dancing has generally received positive reviews from music critics. In his review of State of Confusion, Rolling Stone critic Park Putterbaugh said that the song sums up the bittersweet mood that wafts through State of Confusion in calming counterpoint to its more turbulent moments. George Kalogerakis, also of Rolling Stone, said in his review of the album Live, the road that the song was an undeniable winner, claiming that hearing the song in this crackling live version is like running into an old friend, unquote. It's funny how these things are printed, man. There's bars separating all of these things as if it's forcing you to pause, but it doesn't make sense to pause as you're reading. Anyway, man. AllMusic writer Stephen Thomas Erlewine noted the song as one of the quieter moments on State of Confusion, where the album come to life, praising its buoyant nostalgia. The album came to life, On the band's Rolling Stone biography, the song was called Delightfully Nostalgic. Author Rob Yamovic called the song incredibly catchy and said that, as the song's title suggested, it made him want to move his feet. Andrew Hickey said in his book, Preservation, the Kinks' music from 64 to 74, that the track was a great pop song. Thomas M. Kitts praised its big band sound in his book, Ray Davies, Not Like Everybody Else. Okay. Wow, so, yeah, man. Every song has a story. Damn. This song has quite a sad one. So he lost his sister. She died of a heart attack while she was dancing. Okay. So yeah, it must have been when he was quite young. Alright, man. So I still love the song, but it's taken on a different meaning for me now. Alright, let's check out our third track, man. And that being Father Christmas. All right. The Kinks, Father Christmas. Let's get it.
Last time I played Father Christmas, I stood outside a department store. A gang of kids came over and mugged me and knocked my reindeer to the floor. He said, Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. We'll beat you up if you don't hand it over. We want your bread, so don't make us annoy. Give all the toys to the little rich boy. My sister a cuddly toy. We don't want a jigsaw or Monopoly money. We only want the real McCoy. Father Christmas, give us some money. We'll beat you up if you make us annoyed. Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. But give my daddy a job cause he needs one. He's got lots of mouths to feed. But if you've got one, I have a machine gun, so I can scare all the kids on the street. Father Christmas, give us some money. We got no time for your silly toys. We'll beat you up if you don't hand it over. We want your bread, so don't make us annoyed. Give all the toys to the little rich boy.
Serious kids, man. You're not messing around.
Have yourself a merry, merry Christmas. Have yourself a good time. But remember the kids who got nothing while you're drinking down your wine. Give us some money. We got no time for your silly toys. Father Christmas, please hand it over. We'll beat you up, so don't make us annoyed. Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. We'll beat you up, just don't hand it over. We want your bread, so don't make us annoyed. Give all the toys to the little rich boy.
Wow. Catchy song. Fun video, but man, serious message. Some serious social statements there. Kids, we don't have time for fantasy. We don't have time for, childhood, this and that. We need the real McCoy. We need what is required. We need the essentials, right? Get out of my face with all of this fluff. Give us some real stuff. Give us some money, man. Give my dad a job. We need the essentials. Wow. He has a really interesting way of expressing himself. It's Ray Davies, the writer, lead singer Ray Davies. He has a very, very interesting way of expressing himself. And I've heard this mentioned a number of times by a lot of people, that they consider him to be a great songwriter. And I was asking in my Dylan review of Blonde on Blonde that I just did, who do you consider as being a great storyteller, just like Bob Dylan is? I consider him a great storyteller. Who else is out there that you would consider to be a great storyteller in song? I definitely give Ray Davies some props in that regard. Now, I don't know if I should compare him to the level of a Bob Dylan or whatnot. I don't have enough exposure to the Kinks material, but what do you think? How does he compare and measure to the likes of Bob Dylan as a great storyteller? Let me know. So, man, good song, good video, strong message behind it, good story being told, yeah, and a strong statement at that. Let's do a little background on this song, man. I'm sure that this song definitely has a serious, some information here and something else that we can learn about it. Father Christmas. Father Christmas appears on the album Misfits. Okay, it's mainly more album information than song info. Oh, well, let's see what we can learn anyway. Misfits is the 17th studio album by the Kinks. The album was released in '78. Following the minor successes of Sleepwalker in the US, Misfits featured a more rock-oriented style than many other Kinks records of the 1970s. Despite internal conflicts within the band, leading to both bassist Andy Pyle and pianist John Gosling quitting the band, the album made the top 40 in America. The album also contained the minor hit single A Rock and Roll Fantasy, as well as successful releases Live Life and Black Messiah. Background. Misfits was the second album the band recorded for Arista Records, the record company the band switched to from RCA Records in '76. Although the band had spent a good portion of the '70s releasing concept albums, their previous album, Sleepwalker, signaled a shift toward more rock-based material. In addition, the album began the band's commercial comeback in the US, the album reaching number 21 and its title track peaking at number 48. The song Father Christmas tells of a department store Father Christmas who is beaten up by a gang of poor kids who tell him to give them money instead of toys, as toys are impractical, and asks that the toys be given to the little rich boys. At one point, a child asked the narrator to give his or her father a job for Christmas, or, if he must deliver a toy, a machine gun, please. The song has been covered a number of times by many artists. Yeah, and there's a big ass list. I'm not even going to bother reading that list. Album release and reception. Let's go to that. Although it was unable to chart in Britain, Misfits reached number 40 in America. The debut single from the album, A Rock and Roll Fantasy, was also a minor hit in the US, reaching number 30. Okay, and that is Wikipedia song fact info on Father Christmas, and more specifically the album that it's on, Misfits. Good song, good video, and a very, very strong message. Alright, man, so let's bounce to our final track, that being Celluloid Heroes. Okay, yeah, it's a good long one too, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Alright, the Kinks, Celluloid Heroes. Let's get it.
Everybody's a dreamer, Everybody's in movies, doesn't matter who you are. There are stars in every city, in every house and on every street. And if you walk down Hollywood Boulevard, their names are written in concrete. Don't step on Greta Garbo as you walk down the boulevard. She looks so weak and fragile, that's why she tried to be so hard. But they turned her into a princess, and they sat her on a throne. But she turned her back on stardom, because she wanted to be alone. You can see all the stars as you walk down Hollywood Boulevard. Some that you recognize, some that you've hardly even heard of. People who worked and suffered and struggled for fame. Some who succeeded and some who suffered in vain. Looks very much alive, and he looks up ladies' dresses as they sadly pass him by. Avoid stepping on Bela Lugosi, cause he's liable to turn and bite. But stand close by Betty Davis, because hers was such a lonely life. If you covered him with garbage, George Sanders would still have style. And if you stamped on Mickey Rooney, he would still turn round and smile. But please don't tread on dearest Marilyn, cause she's not very tough. She should have been made of iron or steel, but she was only made of flesh and blood. All the stars as you walk down Hollywood Boulevard. Some that you recognize, some that you've hardly even heard of. People who worked and suffered and struggled for fame. Some who succeeded and some who suffered in vain. Everybody's a star, and everybody's in showbiz. It doesn't matter who you are. And those who are successful, be always on your guard. Success walks hand in hand with failure along Hollywood Boulevard. I wish my life was a non-stop Hollywood movie show, a fantasy world of celluloid villains and heroes. Because celluloid heroes never feel any pain, and celluloid heroes never really die. As you walk along Hollywood Boulevard. 'cause celluloid heroes never feel any pain. And celluloid heroes never really die.
Wow, man. That is what I'm talking about. That is great songwriting. Great storytelling. A message behind it, something to think about. He set it up that once you've heard this song, you will never forget this song. Damn. Celluloid Heroes. What an excellent song. It's gotta be among their best. Gotta be. So, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that again a couple of times, man. Soak that up. Alright, man. Okay. Celluloid Heroes. Not a lot of information at all. Just like 2 paragraphs on Wikipedia here. Alright, let's see what we can learn about it. Celluloid Heroes. Celluloid Heroes is a song performed by the Kinks and written by their lead vocalist and principal songwriter, Ray Davies. It debuted on their 1972 album, Everybody's in Showbiz. The song names several famous actors of 20th century film and also mentions Los Angeles' Hollywood Boulevard, alluding to its Hollywood Walk of Fame. The actors mentioned are Greta Garbo, Rudolph Valentino, Bela Lugosi, Betty Davis, Marilyn Monroe, George Sanders, and Mickey Rooney, although the verse mentioning the latter 3 is omitted in some recorded versions of the song. Release and reception. The track was released as the second single from the album. In the UK, the single features the full album version, which runs to over 6 minutes, but the US single used a more corporate radio-friendly edit, which is almost 2 minutes shorter. Although their previous single had been a top 20 hit on the UK singles chart, Celluloid Heroes failed to chart. The song appears on the band's live album One for the Road in 1980 and was re-recorded for the 2009 album The Kinks Choral Collection. The song was also the title track of a 1976 collection featuring material originally released while recording for the RCA label. The Kinks' Greatest Hits, Celluloid Heroes. Okay, and there's a number of cover versions. Joan Jett, Bon Jovi, Steve Vai, British actor, singer Tim Curry, Finnish singer, songwriter Juice Lyskinen, folk rock band Blackmore's Night, Australian actor Reg Livermore, Australian singer Jeannie Lewis, and actor Pauly Shore. So a number of covers, man. Good song. Carries a very, very strong message. This entire assembly of songs was really, really good, Joseph. Thank you very much. Great quad. And definitely the Kinks is a band that is overdue where reactions are concerned. And I've always wanted to follow up and do more Kinks, especially after a year ago when I did longer than that, a year and a half ago, when I did my British Invasion series. And I was really intrigued by the presence of the Kinks in the British Invasion and how they could have been possibly as big as the Beatles during the time of the invasion. But bad management was really a huge factor in that kind of not giving them that great boost that they needed. You know, some bands have great management. I'm thinking of Led Zeppelin's Peter Grant, who can protect you, who can help you, and who can keep you focused and keep all of the wolves at bay. And then some bands basically have managers who just seek to just rape, pillage, plunder, and steal, and just leave you stranded. And that's exactly what happened to the Kinks. They were literally 16 and 17 years old, and they were left stranded all by themselves in America, abandoned by their management. I remember that part about their bio. And all the same though, even though they didn't have as great a foothold in America back then, their talent and their great songwriting ability, namely from Ray Davies, still endured enough for them to be successful, to be household names, to be considered one of the best. You know what I mean? So it hurt them, but it didn't put them out, which is great. So it's a great a testament to their talents and to their skills that they were able to stay alive and thrive despite losing that really great opportunity from the British invasion. That's still sad to think about. I still want to go back in time and look into that some more. I went looking for a biography that a few people were mentioning that was showcased, but I didn't see it. I know that there was an A&E biography on the Kinks, and that's what I found, but supposedly there was a biography really outlining more specifics about the time of the British invasion and the management that they that was managing them, and all of those little details about it, but I couldn't find that bio. So if you guys are sitting on that knowledge of that particular biography, please send it my way. I've always been intrigued into looking into that further. So man, moving on where the week and the channel is concerned, I'm going to continue with my Bob Dylan month. I just concluded Blonde on Blonde, the double album. That was excellent. I not off the top of my head know what particular album is next in the queue. I'll have to consult the list that was provided to me by many of the patrons. Where quads are concerned, I've got quads coming up for Greg, Akachita, Randy, Tammy, Vernon, Jeff, and as well too, I have to catch up because I'm a little bit behind where that's concerned, just a little bit. I was running behind already, and then Little Richard passed, as you know, and then that set it back a little bit, so a little bit of catching up to do, and with the new channel coming in as well, I've got to make sure that I don't miss a beat, otherwise I'm going to be swamped and then I'll be kind of swept under the tide. I don't want that to happen. So lots of quads coming up in the next little while, man. This is a busy month for me with juggling all of those three things, but I can manage, man. Yeah, what else was I going to say about the Kinks? There was something else. Yeah, question about the Kinks. Where are they at now, right now, as we speak? Are they permanently retired? How are their relations? I know that the brothers especially had a very tumultuous relationship. Have they kind of settled now in their old age? Are they now older and wiser? Or are they still estranged? What's the status of the Kinks and their relationship? Are they still at that place where they can get together and do a tour or do a couple of gigs or whatnot? Give me an update as to what they're up to now. That'd be quite interesting, man. Yeah, that was it. That was it off the top of my head, what I was thinking about. Anyway, Joseph, thank you again, man. Great quad. Thank you for the recommendations and providing the links. I liked all of these songs. They're all very good. They all have something to say, and they also provide entertainment in the form of the videos and the harmonies and the musicianship. It's really excellent, and it's one of those bands too. That was my last thought. If they had that foothold in the British invasion, and they were big and everything like that, I have no doubt that they would have easily made that transition from the rush of the British invasion going on into now the occupation stage and having that mainstay power. I've noted that a lot of the British invasion acts didn't stick around after that rush of the British invasion. Why? Because I believe that a lot of them did not have enough songwriting talent to maintain that rush. as the kids of the British invasion era got older, they needed something a little bit more to sustain them rather than just flashiness, good looks, and little jingles. They were getting more intellectual, and so they needed people who were able to write their own material. The Beatles stuck around, the Stones, the Yardbirds for a little while, the Who. So I have a feeling that definitely the Kinks, after the rush of the British invasion, they would have stuck around as well. That's basically kind of like my big point. So I definitely want to get to know a little bit more of the Kinks and answer that question for me in regards to Ray Davies. How does he measure up in the form of a great songwriter, great storytellers, that sort of thing? Compare him to a couple of other great songwriters, and let me know where you place him in that pecking order of great songwriters. That'd be quite interesting. Anyways, thanks for joining me, man. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care, and I'll catch you in my next complimentary quad. Peace out.